Hello everyone, my name is Kid Lee, and it is time for a video that many of you have been waiting for. This is going to be an early preview of the Nautolan character customization. Once again, this is coming from an early build of 6.0, so just keep in mind that things may change. But we're going to take a look at the female and male version. I actually haven't even looked at this yet. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the female first. Let's go ahead and take all the sliders here and take them all the way to the left side so we can kind of start from scratch here. I always find the Nautolan eyes to be kind of weird. It's almost like they're wearing sunglasses or something. Alright, let's start with skin color here. So number 1 is actually like a light blue. On 2 we have a little bit of a darker blue, it looks like. And then an even lighter blue yet, almost like an aqua color. 4 we get into our greens. Here's a lighter green or almost a yellow shade. 6 is a darker blue. 7 is another green. Another darker blue on 8. Almost a super pale green, almost like a grayish on 9. And then 10 is another sort of dulled out blue color. I think, let's go back to number 1 and lock that in here for a second. Let's see, patterns are next. So we're on pattern 1 right now, which looks kind of like blank. So what's pattern number 2 look like? All right, so we got some spots going for number 2. Number 3, nothing on the forehead, but more spots sort of on the back end and the front. You can see they come down the front a little bit. Oh, does that actually add on the chin? Oh, it does. That's interesting. I kind of like that one. So that's number 4, number 5. And I think just for the most part on this particular species, it's just, you know, different spots and different locations. This one actually has kind of spots within spots a little bit. That's number 6. Number 7 actually got some lines going a little bit. That's pretty cool. Number 8. Kind of a bit more of a faded look on that one, it looks like. And number 9. So you can see on the front here on number 9, it's almost like stripes going down the front. And then kind of stripes going down the length of them. I know on Twi'leks they're called likus, but on these guys I don't know what they're called. So you've got 9 different patterns. I think we'll go with number 4 on that. Eye color. So I guess we're at, is number 1 black? Oh, so, okay. Going back to my sunglasses comment. It's almost like you're wearing sunglasses, and then they're just tinted sunglasses. So 2 is kind of a reddish. 3 is a yellowish. Even more of a yellowish. I'd call that like a navy on 5. And maybe a gray on 6. I kind of like the navyish on 5. All right, complexions. So again, this is I'm trying to see if this is actually changing the tentacle things. I don't think it is. I think it's just changing the face. All right, let me back up for a second. So you can see almost scale-like things going around the eyes on number 2. Again, you can see patterns around the eyes, cheek areas on this one. I actually disabled the VO because it's like you're in this and you're making changes. Every change you make, they talk, and it got a little annoying on my first attempt to do this video. We got spots going here. This is like a rosy cheek thing on 5. Oh, this is like the Sith crackle. If you want to make a dark side Nautolan on 6. Oh, this one's like all over the place. Very green. Got the lips, the eyes, forehead, chin. This one's kind of similar in nature, but a little bit toned down on 8. Another Sith-like version with kind of the crackles in the forehead down the nose on 9. This one, it goes all the way up the skull, all the way up the forehead, the crackles. And that's number 11. Again, just got sort of more green around. It'd be cool if they actually allowed you to change the colors on those. Alright, let's go back to 1 on that. What do we have for scars? Oh, also, before I do that, there were 11 of those. For anybody who's keeping track of that. So we got a big scar across the skull area there. There's your above eyebrow. The Wolverine claws. Big one down the center. This one is... Hold on, let's go back on this one. So this one is straight across the nose. Down both sides. Interesting. This one is the... I like to call this one like the burn mark. I have this on one of my characters. But the nose, and then it looks like on the one cheek side, but not the other. And then this one is fully on the other side. There's a much more detailed, again, like burn one. Right down the forehead to the nose. Cheek on one side, but not the other. If you want to go crazy with like the Sith almost style crackles and cracks and stuff, you can have a lot of options on these guys. There's the big one across the forehead on 11, so there's 11 scars. Now, here's where it's going to be interesting. How are they doing the heads? So we're on default head 1. Okay, so is it the head styles? Hold on. All right. So the head styles are actually changing the whole deal here. So that's a completely different look there on number 3. 4 is completely down the back side, nothing to the front. There's another variation of that. This one's got, what, 4 to the front? The armor's kind of clipping that out a little bit. There, that's 2 to the front, and then the rest of the back. But this is some pretty major changes on these guys. Okay, so okay, hold on. This is 9. So what's the difference between 9 and 3? Trying to like flip between them like super quick to see what the difference is. So there's 10, a little bit more laid back on that one. This one seems more spread out on 11, kind of like sideways. How many is this? Again, this is like 4 to the front. See, now that one is similar, but it's just bigger. They kind of almost have a, for like their center tentacle, sometimes there's a hump and sometimes there's not. There's another all back version. I'm sure this had to be a struggle for them. It's like, how many ways can we do this? And I feel like the back side, a lot of them are similar, but then they've just changed up the face. See, now this one looks a little different. So yeah, so as far as the actual style here, I think I'm only seeing maybe about 4 or 5, and then it's just face changes. So it's like 2 to the front, 4 to the front, no to the front, regular back, wide back, upper back. See, again, that's like the same that we've seen. Yeah, sometimes it actually changes the face, and sometimes it doesn't. Actually, you know what? I think I just noticed something. Let's back up and go through these. No face, no face, no face, no face, no face. Okay. So there was actually 7, was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6. 6 different variations and then a face change. So here's our face change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So 6 and a change, 6 and a change, 6 and a change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7's a change. Okay. Alright, I see what they're doing here now. But in total, as far as combinations, there are 36 combinations. I actually think I like number 1 the best. At least for a female. And I don't know if we need to mess with body type at all. But body type is pretty unchanged. So, there you go. That's the female. We'll go ahead and kick it on over to the male version. And once again, take these sliders over to the side. I showed blue that time, so this time we'll do a greenish. So you can see the potential different colors. Let's do that one. It's maybe a little bit brighter. We'll do the same thing on patterns. They all have like the freckly face thing going on. I wonder if they're going to actually change that. So there you go. There's the 9 on that. I think we'll leave the stripe this time. Eye color should be the same. Although, you know, it looks a little bit different against the contrast of like the yellowish skin. Here's our complexions again. Again, there's the scaly one. Actually, that one kind of looks neat for a male. I should try and do like a total dark side one. It's actually too bad there's not a red version. But I guess that probably goes against lore. There's your scars, your overeye, your Wolverine. Yeah, it seems like since this species has such a big head area, they could probably do a bit more with it as far as the art. So let's take a look at our head variations for the male. So there's boom, boom, boom. Actually, I'm going to turn this one here for a second. Whoops, not scars. So there's 4, 5, 6. 7's our change. Again, right now, I'm thinking that 1 looks the best. Ooh, this almost looks like a sinister one on 19. It's like you get the crook in the eyebrows area kind of thing. He just looks evil. I think we're going to come back to that 19. Actually, this one's not too bad on 25. This one looks a little bit older, more experienced. It's like they really sucked in the cheekbones and cheeks. So there you go, 36 on that. All right, I want to experiment with something here real quick. So I want to go to 19. Let's add in some scarring. I actually want to try and make like a really evil looking Sith dude. I don't know if I want to go with that color or not. Let's go reddish on the eyes. Probably like that one. And then where was a really Sithy complexion? 6 maybe. 7 maybe. 9 maybe. So let's go with like 9. And then let's go back to skin color here for a second. Yeah, I think you probably would have to go with the yellow or maybe the grayish one on 9 for like the evil, sinister look. Also, you know what? I wonder how they're doing dark side corruption on these guys now that I think about it. Because the normal characters with normal eyes, it goes straight yellow, right? How are they doing that on this one? Or maybe they just, I guess there is a yellow variant. Are they just doing that, I wonder? Or if they're doing something different. Guess we will have to find out, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, there you go. Finally get to see it. Nautolan customization. Be interesting to see if they actually add more to it, make any changes. We will see when the game actually launches. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this. Please leave a comment down below this video. But yep, that'll go ahead and do it for this one. Stay tuned for my continuing coverage of SWTOR 6.0, SWTOR Onslaught. Everybody keep playing. Have fun. We'll see you next time.